game, they're tapping into something else. Now, I don't want to spoil any of the story, but I will say that this game, and I posted this to my Facebook profile, this game really touched upon something that they haven't done before, and that was the use of music. Now, what they did was, when you this, I wouldn't really consider this a spoiler. In the game, you eventually arrive to Mexico. Now, when you arrive to Mexico, there is music that actually kicks in, and I thought to myself, whoa, there wasn't any music in any other part of the game. Why are they kicking it in now? Yeah, guys, so as I just mentioned, the music kicks in when you first get to Mexico, and you haven't really heard any music up until that point. And when you do hear that music, and you realize, wow, this finally, Rockstar have taken a little bit of a risk. They understand it's a different type of game, even though it has elements of your Grand Theft Auto games in there, and they put it at the perfect moment in the game. Sort of about midway through the game, and as you're riding around Mexico, around the cliffs, looking at the beautiful water views down below with that music in the background, that moment was epic. And epic moments in games are few and far between, but that was definitely one of them. And apart from that, I can't really say much else about Red Dead Redemption without spoiling it, and it's not a game to be spoiled. But it is, definitely a very beautiful game. It is very different to any other Grand Theft Auto game out there, and it has the story and characters that you actually care about. I mean, you care about John Marsden a lot. You emotionally invest in him a lot. As with all the other, well, not all the other characters, but you care a little bit to some extent for each of the characters that you meet. And it's interesting that everyone's got their own agenda, and you're just this last cowboy, or whatever you want to call him, just trying to make a difference in the world. And he really is a good bloke. And as I mentioned before, it was a smart choice to have this at the end of the Wild West period, and to start to see modern organizations like the FBI and cobblestone pavements or whatnot starting to kick up in places. What I would have liked to have seen, and they have stopped doing this, I think, is some sort of tie-in or reference to a previous Grand Theft Auto game. That would have really sealed the deal for me. But just the fact that they open up the game like a movie, I really like games that open up where you see the character doing something, he's observing something, and then it says the title of the game. That is like a video game in a cinematic style trying to be a movie. And off the cuff, that's a upcoming topic, like, should video games try to be movies, and is it a problem? But it was definitely a very nice way to end the game. To begin the game, and the game ends in a similar way. Like, an event happens, and then it says Red Dead Redemption, and that is really fantastic. And then you see the credits, you see the music scroll, and you can really contemplate and think, wow, Rockstar really have pushed up the game for their game for the development of their series. Now, what I want to see next, I want to see a pirate game done in similar style. I really think that would be fantastic. Or they could do something really outlandish, take it way back to who knows, like Egyptians or Sumerians, pharaohs or something. Who knows? They can really push this as far as they want to. But what does the Grand Theft Auto series mean as a whole for gaming? I think ultimately it is an opportunity to do things in what is considered society that you would never be able to do in real life. Now, you could get into debates as to whether or not this is healthy for children and people to be playing stuff like this, and that is to suggest, like, you're pushing a button, you're jacking a car, you're shooting at random people, you're driving a car at high speeds, you're running from the cops, this, that, and the other. But nevertheless, the elements behind it have to be given credit for, and that is, this attention to detail. And I mentioned on a previous review that, for example, you're just driving around, minding your own business, and they really have paid attention to the world, with a lot of people walking around doing things that they would normally be doing, taking out the garbage, garbage trucks go around collecting out the garbage, people buying things, making comments, this, that, and the other. It's a very authentic world, and I think that, coupled with the story, coupled with the characters, coupled with freedom of choice, whilst at the same time offering a linear story, and also opportunity for you to carve your own character and the choices that they will or will not make, I think that's what makes Grand Theft Auto as a whole a very worthy trophy for any video game system to call its own. And with that, guys, I look forward to the next Grand Theft Auto game in the system, and if you haven't done so, check out Red Dead Redemption by Rockstar, because it is one hell of a game and you won't regret buying it. Thanks, guys. Forristicat signing out for this 17th of August in down under Australia, and as usual, peace.